Hello everyone, good evening. Am I audible? Please put the comment in the comment section whether I'm audible or not. Also, who have joined from the Zoom link, you can also please just confirm whether I'm audible or not. Yes, everyone, Zoom. Okay, good. So today in this session, we are going to talk about the templates. The reason why I'm going to conduct this session is because there are so much of confusion when it comes to the using the templates in the answer writing, right? And from my previous experiences of last 6 years, I have been seeing many students are trying to mug up the templates because the templates are freely available in the market, on the online, in the PDF format, right? But it's still why many students are not able to use the templates in the answer writing. So today I will give you the reason for that. And at the same time, I will also explain how you can generate your own templates while reading the question itself, right? So it is like, suppose if you know the math formula, right? That doesn't mean you can solve every equation. You should know what are the steps involved in solving the equation. Only then you can solve the questions by using the formula, right? So templates are the formula to write the good answers, but how to apply it, that is what you need to learn, right? So today in this session, first I will clear your basic doubts, and these basic doubts are very, very important to understand, because now we hardly have 80 days, 85 days, right? Not even 85 days. So you cannot afford to commit a single mistake. There are a lot of things, a lot of stuff we need to read. There are a lot of practice we have to do for the answer writing, and at the same time we also have to focus on the notes making, right? So the very first question I would ask all of you, what do you think if you are going to start with the answer writing, right? If you are going to join any test series, what are the problems are you going to face? If you are veterans, you might be able to give me the right answer, because I am going to tell you the precise or very clear answer today in this session. And if you are not going, if you have not faced this kind of problem, then I can't say anything. But I'm sure if you are veteran, if you have written 2 or 3 mains or maybe even 1 mains, I'm damn sure you will agree with me, right? So the very first thing, right, if suppose you are going to start with the answer writing, the very first problem which all of you might face related to the content, right? The second issue which you are going to face is related to managing time with content and answer writing, right? The third problem which you are going to face is the value addition, right? The fourth problem which you all are going to face is related to the structuring of the answer. Structuring of the answer, right? And the last problem which you all know are very, very important, and that is the time management. That is the time management, right? These are all problem I'm damn sure you all will face. Am I correct? Now the point is, where is the dilemma? That is what you need to understand. You have 80 days, for example, right? I am going to tell you today where many of us basically are going to commit the mistake, right? Suppose you are a fresher, right? You are a fresher. Fresher means you have given only 1 mains, but you do not have the notes. Maybe you have given 1 mains or 2 mains, you have not analyzed the previous year's questions, right? Maybe you have given couple of mains, but you don't have a 1-page notes for the last minute revision, right? So basically, all those students, if you are a fresher, right, you will be confused how much time to devote for content or for answer writing, right? For example, if you are fresher and if you are going to start with answer writing, right? What will happen? What will happen? You will start realizing you don't have the content. So after writing 2 or 3 tests, you will realize I should start working on the content first. I should start preparing for the I should start preparing my notes. So you will go back to the content formation or the notes making. And how are you going to plan it? I'll tell you. For 1 month, you will decide I will prepare my notes. I will prepare my notes. So what will you do? You will pick up the random file, random online resources, and you will start preparing the notes, or you will start consolidating the notes, whatever you already have prepared, right? Now, after 1 month, you will start with the answer writing. But let me tell you, my friends, 2 months, not even 2 months. After 1 month, we will have hardly 50 days. So in 50 days, it is not possible to get expertise in the answer writing because there are a lot of things which matters a lot to score a good marks, right? So 50 days are not going to be enough. I have so many comments. I have so many feedback from the previous batch student, especially from the rankers batch or from the veterans batch, right? They have personally shared the experience with me that, sir, last year we delayed the answer writing. We only focused on the content, right? Or the notes making, but we could not practice much answer writing. So this year we are going to start with the answer writing only. But that strategy is again not really good. I will tell you why. So this is the problem with the fresher. Now consider yourself. Suppose you have a good notes, right? You think you have the good notes, and you can start with the answer writing, right? Now what is the problem with that? The problem with that is when you are going to start with answer writing directly, right? You might face the issues with the value addition point, or maybe you might not be having the one pager notes, right? So value addition, one pager note, especially if you are veterans, you might know the value of the value addition, right? Because it is very easy. It is very easy to score 3.5 marks out of 10. But you all know that by scoring 3 or 3.5 marks out of 10, you will not see your name in the list, right? So value addition is very important. So for veterans, if you are veterans, you have to focus on the answer writing as well as the notes making. So managing the time is very, very difficult in next 80 days. So for that, I will tell you the holistic strategy today. And after that, I will show you based on the strategy which I am going to discuss today. Trust me, my friend, you can generate your own template for the answer writing. And I'm giving you the surety if you will start practicing the activity which I'm going to show you today in this session, you will be just perfect in the answer writing, and you will start realizing the improvement in your thought process, in your answer writing within 15 to 20 days, right? So please watch this video completely, this session, and try to understand the concept, right? So now to deal with these issues, right? To deal with these issues, what we are supposed to do? That is the question we should ask ourselves, right? So the most important activity which you are supposed to start with is the PYQ analysis. The PYQ analysis, right? PYQ analysis means the topic-wise PYQ analysis, which you will get easily. What you are supposed to do with the PYQ analysis? When you are analyzing the PYQ topic-wise, right? Topic-wise PYQ analysis, and at least make a habit of analyzing 10 to 15 PYQ on a daily basis, you need to brainstorm. What exactly is the brainstorming? I will explain you. I have picked up the question. I have picked up the question from GS paper 2, 3 and GS paper 4 also. Because if you are not going to do the brainstorming, you will not be able to use the templates. How good the templates are doesn't matter. You will not be able to use it in your answer writing. And you will be struggling with the time management. You will be struggling with the quality content. You will be struggling with the quantity of points in your answer, right? So brainstorming of the previous year's questions are extremely important. I hope this is clear. How we will do it, how we are supposed to brainstorm the previous year's question, I will show you. And then you will realize how easy it becomes, how it is easy to create n number of points, right? So we will see that. That is the first thing. Second point, what you need to understand is the first month. In the first month, you need to be very active. You need to be very active as far as notes are concerned. And you have to start with the passive answer writing. I'm not saying you have to ignore the answer writing, but active notes making in the first month, passive answer writing in the second month, right? So on the same line, we have designed our main scam program where we will share 5 questions on a daily basis, right? So at least you will be writing something. On a daily basis, you will get the feedback from the rankers, right? The rankers are the part of this program. Senior mentor, senior subject matter experts are the part of this program. Even after the session, if you will have any doubt, you can come to us one-to-one, right? You can show your answers as well. So passive answer writing and active notes making. After 1 month, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to start with active answer writing and passive notes making. Passive notes making, right? This should be the strategy. And in the third month, the August, you should be only writing the answers and revising the things. That is how your strategy should be. But now the very important question comes. Very important question comes is how we should start with active notes making. How we should start with active notes making. Because the notes which you might be having right now, or the notes which you have prepared while preparing for this exam might not be sufficient to score good marks, right? Because nowadays, UPSC is asking very open-ended question, and it is very difficult to score good marks when the question are open-ended. The reason is because there is no limit of open-ended question, right? And I will show you how the open-ended question are asked and how to address the demand of the question. I hope this is clear. Now, for active notes making, what you are supposed to do, that is what we are going to discuss. So brainstorming of the previous year's question should be the very first thing. I hope this is clear, right? The brainstorming. And through brainstorming, I am telling you, you will be able to develop the skill to generate the templates. Based on the brainstorming, your notes will be prepared. Based on the brainstorming, your value addition notes will also be prepared. I hope this is clear. So now, without wasting time, I will pick up the previous year's question. And I really want to see your participation, my friends, right? Because I'm also planning to take a dedicated session on ethics also, right? For ethics question, are there any strategy to apply the templates in ethics question? Yes. It is like the way we are going to apply the templates based approach in GS paper 2 and 3, the same way we can apply in GS paper 4. So I have picked up the question for from GS paper 4 as well. So I will show you that, right? So let's begin with this, right? So now the first question for today is, investment in the infrastructure is essential for more rapid and inclusive economic growth. Discuss in the light of India's experience. Now the concept which now I'm trying to explain you, try to apply it, my friends. Okay, you need to feel it, whatever I'm going to explain. As soon as you read the question, where your mind is going, right? I will tell you what is the problem. And this part is very important to understand, right? So as soon as we read the question, what do? We start recalling the points from our notes. We start recalling the points from our notes, from our understanding, right? हम लोग यही करते हैं ना कि notes में like what was the data related to the infrastructure, what was the data related to the economic growth, what was the data related to the inclusive growth. Is it? Am I right? यही करते हैं ना. So based on the content which you have prepared, based on the content which you have in your notes, we start interpreting the demand of the question. Based on our notes, we start interpreting the demand of the question, and this is where you will fail. This is where you will fail. This strategy is absolutely wrong, right? What is my strategy is, what I'm trying to convey is, why are you thinking about the notes when you are brainstorming? Why are you thinking about the content you have already in your notes? I will tell you where your content will come into the in this discussion. So as soon as I am reading this question, right, this is a part of brainstorming portion, I'm telling you, right? The topic wise brainstorming of the previous question which I was talking about, right? So as soon as I read the question, first I'm planning, or first I will think, what is the idea of introduction? What is the idea of structure in my answer? What is the idea of conclusion in my answer? I am least concerned about the content at this stage. I hope this is clear, right? So as far as the idea of introduction is concerned, right? Idea of introduction is concerned. Can anyone tell me what will be the best introduction? Yes? What will be the best introduction in this case? Or what do you think? As soon as you see the question, you have to be very frank with me, my friends. Even if you have even if you have thought it wrongly, you can share with me. I'll tell you where you might have made the mistake. So let me tell you, many of you might start writing the introduction related to the inclusive growth itself. You might start with defining the inclusive economic growth, right? That is what. Or yes, Subodh says defining investment, right? Defining investment. Now, to start with the introduction, right? The very first step, if please, my friend, sit with a pen and paper and write it down. Write it down, whatever I'm going to explain. This will help you a lot, right? So whenever you see the question, ask yourself why this question is asked and what exactly is asked. If you don't know the answer of this question, you will not be able to write the relevant or good introduction. So Vishwan says infrastructure and economic growth correlation. Yes, very good. So here in the introduction, we have to basically talk about the investment in infrastructure, how the investment leads to inclusive economic growth, how investment in infrastructure leads to inclusive economic growth, right? So basically, we have to 1% increase in investment in capital expenditure leads to increase in 1% GDP. Very good, Amar. Yes, that is the perfect introduction we can think of, where we have established the link between the investment and the economic growth, right? Now, this is my template for introduction is prepared, right? Why it is prepared? Because I have thought why this question is asked, right? Now, as far as the broad structure is concerned, right? Now, this point is very, very important, my friend. This this part is very important to understand. As far as the structure of the answer is concerned, right? You always have to think how to divide, or how, or you can say you always have to think what is the keyword, or sorry, the tail word in the question, right? What is the statement in the question, and is there any keywords in the question? This is what you have to highlight as soon as you are reading the question, or as soon as you are going to start with the brainstorming, right? Because based on this activity, you will be able to generate the template. Based on this activity, your value addition notes will be prepared, and at the same time, your templates will be prepared. Now, what we are supposed to do with these three keywords? If you are my old student, you already know what I'm talking about, what I'm going to talk about, but there are further addition in that, right? So, according to the tail word, right? Tail word, you all know there are descriptive tail word or command word, and there are, you can say, critical command word. So, in this case, question is discuss, right? So, discuss is basically a hybrid command word, right? It can be used as a critical command word and descriptive command word. Descriptive means जहां पे आपको खाली one side of the coin you have to address, जहां पे only you have to explain significance and all. But critical command words, यहाँ पे critical command word का मतलब ये है where you have to address the challenges and way forward also, right? So critical command words are again very, very important to understand. So here in this question, right? Since we know the economic growth in India, India is already focusing, or India is focusing on the inclusive growth, inclusive economic growth, right? We have so much of poverty, unemployment, right? So we cannot say that the economic growth is inclusive. Though the economic growth is there, GDP is increasing, rate of GDP is increasing, right? But the growth is not inclusive. That is the reason the question is asked, right? So according to the question, what question says? We should invest in the infrastructure to achieve the goal of inclusive growth, right? So we have to address the challenges in this case, right? So in this question, the discuss will be used as a critical command word, right? Now, what is the purpose of this statement? Now you have to identify, is there any scope? Is there any scope to divide the statement of the question? How, right? So, is there any scope to divide the statement of the question? When we divide the statement of the question, we get broad structure. We get broad structure in the answer, right? When we divide the keyword, when we identify the keyword, we get the templates in the answer. We get the templates in the answer. So for broad structure, you must identify, is there any scope to divide the statement? If you want to apply the templates, you must identify the keywords. And this is what exactly I was explaining. I have started this discussion. If you are unable to find the keyword, my friend, you will not be able to use a template in every question. Okay? So, Amar says, invest helping in rapid economic growth, invest help in inclusive growth, challenges, way forward, conclusion, I am on right line. Yes, Amar. As see, the first two subheading which you have mentioned, invest help in rapid economic growth and inclusive growth, though two subheadings are not required, right? That देखो एक चीज और इंपॉर्टेंट समझनी है आप लोगों को, डोंट रीड द क्वेश्चन लिटरली, ठीक है? लिटरली डोंट ट्राई टू इंटरप्रिटेट द क्वेश्चन, otherwise you will end up with unnecessarily division of the question itself. आप जबरदस्ती क्वेश्चन को डिवाइड करना स्टार्ट कर दोगे if you are going to interpret it literally, right? That is not we are supposed to do, but yes, almost your structure is good. Broad structure I am talking about. Okay, first I am going to talk about the broad structure. Why broad structure is important, right? So first I will erase it. I hope this is clear. You can write down these parts, right? So now Now, first we are going to divide the statement, right? We already divided, we have divided the discuss command word. Now, based on the statement, what I will do, investment in infrastructure is essential for more rapid and inclusive economic growth, right? So, when we are going to divide the statement, we should identify what is the non-core demand of the question and what is the core demand of the question. Why it is important to identify what is the core demand and what is non-core demand? The reason is many students I have seen, they are writing 5 points under non-core demand and they are writing 5 points under the core demand. Do you think with this approach you will get the good marks? Evaluator is not interested in reading the points under the non-core demand of the question. He just wants to see whether you know it or not, right? So 2-3 points are more than enough, or maybe 4 points are enough. But as compared to non-core demand of the question, you must add at least 7 or 8 points under the core demand of the question, right? That is the reason why we have to find the scope in the statement itself, right? So now, as I'm reading the question, right, what I'm going to do, first I will address. Now, what will be my structure of the answer? My non-core demand of the question is, that is how investment leads to economic growth, right? How investment leads to economic growth. Then my second subheading, this is subheading 1 in my answer. My subheading 2 in the answer is how basically economic growth, or how investment is vital for inclusive economic growth, right? Third subheading will be challenges, and fourth subheading will be way forward, right? This is my broad structure of the answer. Now, the most important part comes, and that is identifying the keyword. Which keyword I am going to pick up? Why I'm talking about the keyword? That is what you need to understand, and you will be amazed to see this, right? So why keyword? Why to identify the keyword? Right? The first reason is you will get quantity in your answer. Otherwise, आप लोगों ने अपने आंसर में एक चीज देखी होगी. In every answer, you are writing 5 points under significance, 5 points under challenges, 5 points under way forward. Right? Have you ever thought there must be one demand of the question where you have to write more number of points so that you are justifying the demand of the question? Rapid and inclusive growth, economic growth hai na, so this is what I have explained. The second subheading will be my inclusive growth, rapid and inclusive growth, right? So quantity of the points, right, that will automatically increase, and I'm going to show you how, right? Second point, right? Second important point which you will get after identifying the keyword is your answer will not be, or your points will be diverse. Your points will be diverse. Otherwise, I have seen many answers where many points are related to only one aspect, social aspects, or maybe one point, all the points are related to only economic aspects, right? So to avoid that mistake, जल्दीबाजी में हम लोग को पता नहीं चलता है what we are writing, because we are not doing all this brainstorming. So point will be diverse. That is the second benefit which you will get. Third important benefit with keyword is time management. You will be able to complete the paper on time. Definitely you will be able to complete the paper on time, because you will know what you have to write, how to generate the point. So you will not start thinking कि मेरे notes में ऐसा लिखा था, उस PDF में I have read it like this, right? So this is the benefits of identifying the keywords. Now let's begin with the keywords. So in this question, the very first keyword which I am going to pick up, can anyone tell me which keyword I can pick up to break down or to generate the points? To generate the point, can anyone tell me? To generate the point, which keywords I will pick up? Now, usually what I do, infrastructure, right? Infrastructure leads to inclusive economic growth. Inclusive economic growth. Can I divide this infrastructure part? Yes, Subodh. Subodh, rapid, yes. Can I divide this infrastructure part first? Infrastructure can be divided into what all infrastructure? Social infrastructure, rural infrastructure, urban infrastructure, digital infrastructure, right? Technology infrastructure, right? In social, you can also talk about education, health, right? Sanitation. Can we do it or not? Infrastructure, we can divide into various forms, right? Social, rural, urban, digital, technological. Are you getting what I'm trying to explain? Do you have the example for this also? You must be having the example for this also, right? Think about what government has done for health, education, sanitation, rural, urban, digital, technological infrastructure, right? So now, see how many points I am able to think. Now, this is the first keyword I have picked up. This is the first keyword I have picked up to generate the points. Now, the second keyword I will pick up, inclusive growth, right? When we say, what are the component of inclusive growth? What are the component of inclusive growth? Tell me. For example, employment generation, right? In the terms of health also, education, right? Then digital penetration, financial inclusion, right? Digital inclusion, financial inclusion, right? Environmental protection. All these are component of, yes, for vulnerable section. Very good. For vulnerable section, right? Now what you need to do? You need to link, right? If we are going to invest in rural infrastructure, what will happen? Which component we will achieve? Which target we will achieve of the inclusive growth? Tell me. in this, right? Or can we achieve any other thing? Yes. See, rural infrastructure can be related to health. It could be related to education, right? It could be digital, it could be financial, right? Similarly, technological infrastructure. Technology infrastructure. Can we link it with the environment? Digital infrastructure. Can we link it with the environment? Yes or no? Tell me. Right? Digital infrastructure means what? Technological infrastructure means what? Investment in blockchain technology, investment in AI model, right? So by using the biotechnology, by using the blockchain technology, AI models, we can predict the climate change, right? If we are able to predict the climate change, our environment will be protected, right? Productivity of agriculture will increase, right? So that is how we will achieve the inclusive growth. Now, how are you going to use your notes is the second part. Now, the next part is about your notes, right? अब आपके notes कहां पे काम आ रहे हैं? How are you going to refer your notes? When you are doing the brainstorming like this, right? Keep your notes next to it. Keep your notes next to it, right? Now, if your notes are sufficient to add examples after these points, your notes are good enough. Your notes are good enough, right? And if your notes do not have specific examples of financial inclusion, digital inclusion, social inclusion, it means you need to update your notes. As simple as that. It means you need to update your notes. Randomly preparing the notes will not help you, my friends. Trust me. Your notes will be wasted. And previous year's questions are the best source. I hope this is clear. Any doubt in this so far? How to use the notes? If you have the notes, you can update your notes. If you don't have the notes, based on the previous year's questions, you can start preparing. It won't take much time. It won't take much time. And do you think there is a quantity? There is going to be an issue of quantity in your answer? Do you think your answer will lack diversified point? Answer is no. There are so much of linkages, intersectional point. Even Shakti Dubey rank 1 has talked about that GS answer, in GS answer, you need to provide the link, right? So this is the idea of basically dividing the statement, dividing the keyword, dividing the tail word. And brainstorming में यही करना है. Just tell me one thing, my friend. Did we think about the content? Did we think about the content while framing the structure of this answer? Answer is no. But what is the problem with all of you? You only start focusing on the content. भाई पहले स्ट्रक्चर बनाओगे तभी तो कंटेंट फिट करोगे उसमें. Without structure, how can you fit the content? That is what my question is. It doesn't make any sense. And we are only running behind the content. ये content पढ़ लो, वहां से notes पढ़ लो, toppers की template use कर लो, right? So toppers have prepared the template based on their own understanding. You should start preparing your templates based on your understanding. As simple as that. How much time should be dedicated for note making for each GS paper? It depends on your preparation, Amar. How much time you can afford? If you see, I can tell you one thing very bluntly. If you do not have the notes, it is very difficult to clear the exam. you cannot make dependency on someone else's note. That is for sure. So if you do not have the notes, you should start practicing it. And that is the reason why our camp program is designed. Na? For first month, active notes making, passive answer writing. From second month, active answer writing, passive notes making. Right? So now, let me show you one more question. And I want all of you to participate in this. I hope you got the idea. Right? So now, I will pick up the second question. This is the question. This is a GS paper 4 question, and there will be one more question of the GS paper 4, which will be very difficult question. And you will see how by picking the keyword, we will frame a very good answer. And the question statement will be very tough. The last question after this, which I will be discussing with all of you, that question will open up your mind. Trust me. अब ये question पढ़ो. To awaken the people, it is women who must be awakened. Once she is on the move, the family moves, the village moves, the nation moves. Right? In this statement, there is no scope of breakdown of a statement. But can we divide the keyword? Can we divide the keyword? Can anyone tell me what are the keywords in this? Can anyone tell me what are the keywords in this? The keywords in this question, if I have to generate the n number of points to address the demand of this question, what I'm going to do? I will pick up these 3 words. Once she is on the move, the family moves, that is 1. The village moves, that is 2. The nation moves, that is 3. Right? That is point number 3. So now you have to link what is the role of women. What is the role of women in the family? How family moves with the women? How nation moves with the family, with the women? And how so the village moves with the women. Empowered women led to empowered village, which turns leads to empowered nation. Subodh, you have to think at each level because all the keywords are different, right? When women are empowered, how family moves. Now, I want you to think practically. That is the reason why the UPSC questions are very, very open-ended. You have to think practically. What is the role of women in your own family? What is the role of women in nation? What is the role of women in villages? That is what you have to think. Right? So, in this case, what I have done, for example, see this part. Is it visible? Is it visible? Is it visible to everyone? This text I'm talking about? Kinshuk, yes. Family, husband, son, father, etc. linking. Yes, Amar. Now you got the point. Amar has catched the point. Family. When we are talking about the family, how we can link? See, family is the agent of change, right? Primary socialization. Women is the person who is responsible from the primary socialization, right? Challenging stereotypes. Women's challenging the stereotypes. Then, right? Instilling values and ethics, right? Emotional intelligence, right? Women, our mother, our sister help us to develop these ethical values at the family level, right? Then at village level, grassroots governance, promotion of education, multiplier effect, social change, right? Then state, economic acceleration, improved health outcome, cultural and ethical uh, cultural and ethical values or reservations, you can say, then catalyst for sustainable development, right? So these are some points which we can generate. I hope this is clear, right? Now, the next question is going to be very, very important, right? And even in this question, my friend, I forgot to include the first non-core part of the question. I want you to think about it after the session. The first non-core, how the investment in infrastructure leads to economic growth, right? That part you can think. For example, it leads to multiplier effect, right? It leads to import and export, right? It provides the opportunity for the business, right? So that's how you can generate the points. Now look at the last question. Life doesn't make any sense without interdependence. We need each other, and the sooner we learn that, it is better for all of us. Now, tell me which keyword I am going to pick up, and I am going to show you how to open the demand of the question. Anyone? Amar, Kinshuk, batao. Subodh, which particular keyword? First, read the question carefully, okay? And then I will tell you. This is a previous year's question. I have not framed it. So don't blame me if you are not able to understand the demand. Interdependence. Anyone else? Interdependence where? Need to move together, Subodh says. On Zoom, people say interdependence, essence of life, need each other, Zoom, coexistence. Yes, lot of replies I'm getting on the Zoom, and all of you are almost correct. Interdependence, right? Now, the next question is, how are we going to generate the point based on this keyword? How we are going, concept of social animal, that could be the, we can use this keyword in the introduction itself, right? That humans are the social animal. So interdependence is very crucial for a nation to move like this, right? Now, just interdependence. Amar, tell me, and friends on the Zoom, please tell me, how are we going to divide this interdependence? My friends, just think interdependence at various level. लाइफ के स्टेजेस पे डिस्कस कर सकते हैं अमर, लाइफ के स्टेजेस पे yes, we can do it. What I want you to think, interdependence at different level. Just think, brainstorm karo yaar. Can we include in center state relation? Yes, very good, we can do it. Export, import, student, teacher, parents, kids, we can mention various aspects like economic, political, social. Priyanka says life and independence, interdependence at villages. Yes, we are getting the point. Now I will show you. See, significance of cooperation and interdependence for an individual, at individual level, at civil servant level, right? At state level, at global level, right? For example, at individual level, how cooperation and interdependence are significant at individual level. भाई पहले अपने आप से स्टार्ट करो, राइट? So at individual level, building human capital, conflict resolution, sense of identity, learning and growth, emotional support, right? At civil servant level, भाई कल को civil servant बनने जा रहे हो, if you will not understand the importance of cooperation and interdependence, how will you function, right? So at civil servant level, efficient governance, teamwork, stakeholder engagement, optimum utilization of resources, right? That is how we have to generate. And you won't believe, my friend, this slide. Actually, I was discussing this with one of my students, and she has created this. This is how she has explained me, and I was expecting, and I was writing this answer in the same manner. In the same manner, I was thinking that I will be dividing this interdependent concept at various levels. Now you can generate n number of points. The value of cooperation and interdependence at individual level, at society level, at administration level, at government level, at state level, even at international level. Are you getting my point? For a civil servant, we have seen at state level, interstate cooperation, cooperative federalism, balanced regional growth. At global level, peace and security, preserving global commons, right? Economic development, right? To counter terrorism. Do we have any dearth of points? If we will start thinking about it, answer is no. भाई कितना आंसर लिखोगे 10 मार्कर क्वेश्चन में? This is way more than enough. And do you think, just let me ask you one question very frankly, my friend. Do you think if you are not going to practice this brainstorming, do you think you will be able to frame or you will be able to apply this strategy in the mains hall? Do you think the notes which you have in your hand right now will help you to frame this template? Do you think anyone will be able to provide the template to address the demand of the question? Answer is no. Right? So that is what our idea is in Sure Shot program. We believe in this approach. We believe in we don't believe in spoon feeding. We believe in the capacity building. Personally, my team focus on the capacity building. हम चाहते हैं कि यार आप सोचना स्टार्ट करो इस तरीके से. Can we put points from Locke's theory of consent? Yes, definitely we can do. Right? So this is the idea. And when we will be taking the discussion, one-to-one discussion in Sure Shot, in mains camp, this will be the approach. This will be the approach. We are going to talk about the structuring of the answer. Points automatically aap likh loge. I am damn sure about it. We will be focusing on the structuring of the answer, how to generate the point, how to divide the keyword, how to divide the tail word, how to divide the statement. Right? I hope this is clear. Any question? I don't want to take much of your time. If you have any question, please ask me. Or if you are in Delhi, please, you can also visit Vajiram office at 7B building. We are always there. Any question anyone have so far? Please tell me. Right? So if you have any question related to our mains camp Sure Shot, you can definitely ask. But if I will suggest you, if you are fresher, if you are going to attempt for the first time or maybe second time, and if you could not score well in your previous attempt, go with the mains camp. On a daily basis, just imagine, on a daily basis, if you will be participating in the discussion like this, don't you think it will help you to generate your own templates for each and every topic? Don't you think it will help you in brainstorming? हाँ अमर, PYQ में ऐसे ही करना है. Exactly. अब इसके बाद after generating like these point, if your notes have examples, well and good. If your notes do not have examples, add the examples. Find it, add it. Update your notes. But blindly don't start making the notes. That is what my request from all of you. Blindly don't do it. It will not help. Ready-made materials will not help if you don't know how to apply, be it template, be it one-pager note, be it anything. So you need to sit with us on a daily basis, on one-to-one. Then you will see how drastically your answer writing will change. Right? Sir, what is the mains camp? The timing, schedule, instructor, Aman, fill the form given in the description box. And about the mains camp, it is going to be started from 2nd of June. It is a live answer writing program. Within the given amount of time, you will be writing the answer. And post answer writing, there will be live discussion. So there will be 5 questions. After 1 month, 10 questions. Then full length test. So progressively, you will be you will practice answer writing. So that is the reason this program is best for if you are fresher or if you are not sure what to do next. I hope this is clear. Now, any question, anyone from the Zoom? Right? So I'll wrap up this session here, but still, if you are in Delhi, you are most welcome in Vajiram office at 7B building. We are sitting on the first floor. You can ask anyone. I am the head of Sure Shot Mains program, right? And you can bring your answer sheets. It's my request from all of you, whenever you are going to visit Vajiram building, bring your answers, bring your notes. Without that, I cannot see at what level your preparation is. Because there are like 100 of people, they are applying, they are visiting Vajiram office on a daily basis. But every time I ask them, bring your notes. Blindly, how can I suggest anything? Right? Blindly, I cannot suggest any program or anything. I have to see your notes. I have to see your answer sheets. And then I will suggest you the best possible answer writing program. Whether it could be a Sure Shot veterans, it could be Sure Shot rankers program, or either it could be mains camp. I hope this is clear. Is the current GS ongoing for batch attend this program every day? I did not get your question, Mohammed. Is the current GS ongoing batch attend this program every day? Yes, you can. Aman, the timing is from 8 to 9. 8 to 9, there will be live answer writing, offline, online. And after 9, after 15 minutes of break, there will be a live discussion. Live discussion will be taken by the rankers. I will be the part of that. And other subject matter experts are also going to take the session. Rankers are also going to take the session. Remember this, right? They have included this strategy in their answer writing. They will show their approach, how they have approached, right? So after 10 o'clock, you will be free. Your job will be done by 10 o'clock. So even if you are working professional, I think you can participate in this. And what could be better than this, man? Like every day, 5 answer writing, post that discussion, whatever you are learning, apply it. You have entire day, right? So thank you so much. Mohammed, you have to come on the first floor. Come on Monday. On Monday, we have started with this program. So once the program, the discussion will be done, you can definitely meet us. Okay. So thank you so much. And I wish you best of luck for the mains. For any doubts, please, you are always welcome. Thank you.